that was really hard for me. And I tried to find a different verse all the way up until last night. And finally God just said, no, you're doing this. And I said, all right. But I've had the great opportunity of working with the Awanas boys and working with kids. I found out one thing. Kids are really proud of what they do. They always come up to you, look what I did. Look what I got. Look what I did this. I did that. Kids are not really humble, you know. They want to tell you everything that they have done that's good. And I hate to admit, but early in my walk with God, I was like a kid. I wasn't humble. I would try to take credit for the Holy Spirit working in my life. Whether it's the Holy Spirit speaking through me and I'm talking to an individual and that individual decides to come to church and find God. Early in my walk, I said, I did that. That's not true. I wasn't humble in my faith. I wasn't humble to God. And so we need to be humble to God. And so this is why this is kind of tough on me. And I want to read out of 1 Peter 5, 6 through 7. It says this: Therefore, humble yourselves under the mighty hand of God, that he may exalt you in due time, casting all of your anxiety upon him, for he cares for you. We need to know, first off, that we are not on the same level as God. We cannot do the same stuff that God does. And so for us to try to make ourselves bigger than what we are, we can't do that. And so we need to humble ourselves there in that way. Everyone likes to be acknowledged, and that's why the kids go and say, look what I did. Look that I did this, because they want that acknowledgement. And the Bible specifically tells us right here, it says, humble yourselves under the mighty hand of God, that he may exalt you in due time. So you will be acknowledged for what you do if you're humble and not proud. Now, the part that I really wanted to hit, being exalted by God is far better than being exalted by people here on earth. You guys know that. Here's a part that I want to talk about. Allah says, casting all of your anxiety upon him, for he cares for you. Now, I look up every word just because that's what I do, and definition and stuff. So I looked up anxiety just to make sure I had it right. And I liked the actual definition of anxiety over my definition of anxiety. And it says this. It says, intense, excessive, and persistent worry or fear strong enough to interfere with our daily life. And as Christians, our daily life has to be living like Christ, walking with God. If we have anxiety, we have that worry, we have that fear, that is strong enough to make us not walk the way we should walk. That is strong enough to lead us down the wrong road. And so that's why we need to give everything, give all of our anxiety, all of our fear, all of our worry to God. And I like that. It says all. It doesn't say give what you feel comfortable giving to God. It doesn't say you give God 2 of your worries, you keep 1. It doesn't say that. It says give all of it. Give every single worry and fear that you have to God, because he is in control. And this is the hard part right here. In our church, I feel like there's a lot of worries going on right now. Take a look around. Attendance is dropping, right? Not a whole lot of people are coming. We're not as big as we should be. Some of our ministries are going really well. I'm happy for that, but it's wrong not to admit that some of our ministries need work. Some of our ministries, we need to go out and do something more, and that's a worry. Our church finances, that's something we all know about. That's a worry within itself. And to top it all off, we don't have a head pastor right now. Right? So we're in a time of struggle. We're in a time of worry. And we don't have all these things going for us. But we need to trust God 100%. We need to humble ourselves and trust God 100% and give all of that worry to him. Because if we continue to live in that worry and that fear and that anxiety, that can lead us away from God. So we need to give 100% to God, and he will take care of us because he loves us. Thank you, guys.